Hello everyone, welcome all to our Media 7 Academy. So today lesson is for grade 10 and 11 students, that is about graphs. Okay, so today lesson I'm going to teach you how you can draw the graphs in the form of the function y equals ax squared. We know normally when it comes to minimum and maximum curves, there are three main types: y equals ax squared function, and y equals ax squared plus b function, and y equals ax squared plus bx plus c function. So all these three types of functions will give you a minimum curve or a maximum curve. So we are going to study y equals ax squared type of functions today in this video. Right, let's take the topic y equals ax squared. So when we have a graph in this type, right, that can be a minimum or maximum curve. So what are minimum and maximum curves? Minimum curve is like this and maximum curve is like this basic shape. So we can categorize these y equals ax squared graph into two types. First one you can take with the positive coefficient. Positive coefficient. And the next one with the negative coefficient of x squared. Here you must write off x squared. So when we have negative coefficient of x squared, that is a maximum curve, and when we have positive coefficient of x squared, that is a minimum curve. Right? So the shape will be like this. And there are special things that we must know about these curves. First one, you must, now when it comes to positive coefficient, that means minimum curve, definitely we must identify this curve is a minimum curve. So you can write here minimum curve. And this one, definitely that is the maximum curve. So the minimum point of this curve is y equals 0. Minimum point, that is y equals 0. And the maximum point also y equal 0. Then you can have the equation of the symmetrical line. What is the symmetrical line? Symmetrical line is the line you can divide this curve into two equal parts. So the equation of symmetrical line that is x equals 0. Here also the same equation of symmetrical line that is x equals 0. And the minimum point here 0, comma 0. Why? Because minimum point is y equals 0 and symmetrical line is x equals 0. So altogether you can write the coordinates of the minimum point, that is 0, comma 0. And here coordinates of the maximum point, that is also 0, comma 0. So let's have some examples. First one, y equals 2x squared. Y equals 2x squared. You can write here this is the minimum curve. So you can write a minimum curve minimum point or minimum value y equals 0 and symmetrical line x equals 0, turning point or the minimum point 0, comma 0. Similarly, you can have another example, y equals minus 3x squared. Now this is the maximum curve maximum value, that is y equals 0, symmetrical line again x equals 0 and the turning point again 0, comma 0. So these are some basic things of this type of graph. So let's see how can we draw this type of graphs. Sketch the curves. First one, I'll take y equals 2x squared. Before draw the curve, we should have the values of x and y both. So we can draw a table like this. Here you can write x squared, 2x squared, that is equals to y. So here at least we should have 5 minimum points to draw the curve. So I'll start from -2, -1, 0, +1 and +2. So when it comes to x squared, that is +4, +1, 0, 1 squared again 1, 2 squared again 4. 2x squared means 2 into 4, that is 8, 2 into 1, 2, 2 into 0, 0, 2 into 1, 2, 2 into 4, that is 8. So that will be equals to the y value. Now you can draw the curve. Now here you can see the positive side of the y-axis is somewhat greater than the negative side. So you can draw here y-axis, x-axis. So let's mark here +1 and +2 and here -1, -2 and here we have 2 and 8. So I'll mark here 2, 4, 6 and 8. These distance must be in equal distance. So when x value is -2, y value is +8. So you can go through your graph paper and you can mark. And when x is -1, y is +2. 0, 0. and when x is plus 1, y is plus 2. And when x is plus 2, y is plus 8. So here you can draw the curve now. Just you have to join the points. Now let's see what is the symmetrical line. Symmetrical line is the line which divide the graph into two equal parts. So here this is the symmetrical line, that is x equal 0, and this is the minimum point, so that will be y equals 0, and the coordinates of that point we can see here 0, 0, and we know this is the minimum curve. Why? Because we can say that from here, because the coefficient of x squared is positive. So y equals 2x squared is the minimum curve. Okay, let's have another example. Second one, y equals minus 3x squared. So again we can draw a table like earlier. X values, x squared minus 3x and y values. So let's write here x squared minus 3x squared, that is y. So here I'll take again minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1 and plus 2. X squared means plus 4, plus 1, 0, 1 and 4. When you multiply that one by minus 3, you have minus 12, minus 3, 0, minus 3, minus 12. Just you have to multiply each x squared value by minus 3. That will equals to y. So here we have the answers. Now let's take the coordinate plane. There we can see the negative side of the y-axis is greater than the positive side. So you can draw a coordinate plane like this. And I will mark here plus 1, plus 2, minus 1, minus 2. So here we have multiples of 3. So I will mark here minus 3, minus 6, minus 9 and minus 12. Right, so let's mark the coordinates. When x equals minus 2, y equals minus 12. So you can go to here and mark here minus 12, and here minus 1 to minus 3. When x equals minus 1, y equals minus 3. This is that point. When x equals 0, y equals 0, and when x equals plus 1, y equals plus 3, x equals plus 2, y equals minus 12. Now just you have to join the points. Like this. So this is the curve y equals minus 3x squared, and you can see this is the maximum curve. A maximum curve. And you can see the maximum point, that is y equal 0. So the turning point, coordinates of the turning point, that is 0, 0. And the symmetrical line, yes, that is x equals 0. X equals 0 can divide this graph into two equal parts. Okay, let's have another example. Third one, y equals half x squared. So when we have half or 1/3, when we have a fraction, it's better to take x value with the multiplication of the denominator. Now here denominator you have 2, so it's better to take multiplication of 2 as the x values, as the independent variable. Here x squared, then x squared divided by 2, that is y. So I'm going to take here -4, -2, 0, +2 and +4. So here you can square it, x squared, then 4 squared 16, 2 squared that will be 4, 0, 2 squared 4, 4 squared 16. And you can divide that x squared by 2, then +8, +2, 0, +2 and +8. So that will be the y coordinates. Now let's try to draw the curve like we did earlier. And here positive side is greater than the negative side. So here we have y-axis and here we have x-axis. Let's mark the point. There we have -2 and -2. So here 2 and 4. Here -2 and -4. And here we can take 2, 4, 6 and 8. So when x value is -4, y value is again +8, and x value is -2, y value is also +2. And when x equals +2, y equals again +2. And when x equals +4, y equals +8. So now you can draw the curve like this. Just you have to join the points with this 0. So here you have the curve y equals half x squared, and this is the symmetrical line x equals 0. This is the minimum point 0, 0. And you can see here this is a minimum curve. So I hope the lesson is pretty clear to you. That here we discuss the type of functions y equals ax squared when a is positive and when a is negative. So in the next video, let's learn about the second type, that is y equals ax squared plus b type functions. Until that, hope you enjoy the lesson. Goodbye.